Bella just stretched out her hand. The sudden incident scared her so much that her heart started pounding like crazy. Looking down at the terrifying abyss below, Bella desperately wanted to get back to the ground, but her best friend above kept urging her not to slow them down. With no other choice, Bella had to keep climbing the abandoned signal tower, which was a whopping 3,000 meters high. However, neither of them knew that the signal tower had been neglected for years. The rusty metal parts had become extremely brittle. With every step they took up the ladder, the screws holding it in place loosened a little bit more. Those hidden dangers could take their lives at any moment. To give the timid Bella a scare, her best friend actually kept shaking the climbing ladder while they were 600 meters up in the air. The screws that fixed the ladder started to come loose. Once they reached the top of the tower, the two of them went crazy taking photos. But when they were ready to head home, the climbing ladder suddenly slipped down, and the screws came off along with it. Bella was left hanging in the air at a height of 600 meters, swaying back and forth. Her best friend held the rope tightly above, trying to pull Bella up, but she accidentally slipped on her foot. The sudden drop startled Bella, but she quickly managed to steady herself. With her best friend's help, she finally climbed back up, but right after that, they realized something even worse. All of the climbing ladders had fallen off. They were stuck on the abandoned signal tower 600 meters above the ground, and there was no way to get down without the ladders. Her best friend took out her phone to call for help, but since they had climbed so high, there was no signal on the phone. Her best friend thought that if she went down a bit more, maybe the phone would get a signal, so she made a bold decision. She climbed down the ladder bit by bit and hung herself in the air 600 meters up, even letting go of one hand just to get the phone a little lower, but the distress message still couldn't be sent out as she was about to lose her grip. She had to climb back up. Just then, Bella suddenly had an idea. As long as the phone could reach the ground, it would work. Upon hearing this, her best friend quickly stuffed the phone into her shoe and threw it down. They waited for hours and hours, but there was still no sign of rescue. Just when they were on the verge of despair, her best friend spotted a man under the tower through a telescope. The two of them were over the moon and shouted for help at the top of their lungs, but the man below couldn't hear them at all. Bella took off her shoe and threw it down. The shoe hit the steel frame and made a noise, which caught the man's attention, but to their surprise, after he picked up the shoe, he carefully searched the area within a dozen meters around, but he didn't look up even once. After finding no one, the man casually tossed the shoe aside and walked away. Seeing this, the two of them were completely heartbroken. When night fell, they fired a signal flare into the night sky. The bright light caught the man's attention. He saw the two of them on the top of the tower through a telescope. Bella and her best friend were overjoyed, thinking they were finally going to be saved, but what happened next was beyond their wildest imaginations. Instead of rescuing them, the man actually stole their car. Standing on the top of the tower, the two of them sank into deep despair.